In the dead of night, beneath the soft glow of gallery lights in a quiet American town, I found myself facing a past I thought was long gone. Hello, I'm Jessica, a retired art curator who once held the keys to a world of beauty and secrets. Tonight, I stand on the precipice of a mistake I never imagined I would make again. Thank you so much for subscribing to the channel, and a huge thank you to all the generous gifters. I invite you to share your thoughts in the comments after this introduction. It all began at a midnight gallery opening, a gathering meant for those who appreciated art in its most raw and honest form. There, amidst carefully arranged paintings and sculptures, I locked eyes with Martin, a former colleague and a man whose presence stirred memories of passion and unspoken longing. Martin, now retired like me, carried with him a blend of wisdom and an unyielding charm that I had once admired from afar. "Jessica, is it really you?" he asked softly, his voice a mixture of surprise and delight. "Yes, Martin, it's me," I replied, my heart pounding faster than I expected. His smile, both warm and mischievous, made me forget about the life I had built, the life with my unsuspecting husband, a man who trusted me with his heart. In that charged moment, as we moved closer to one another, every suppressed emotion bubbled to the surface. I felt a pull I could not resist, and though a part of me screamed caution, the desire to relive our shared past overpowered any rational thought. Every piece of art around us seemed to echo the unspoken promises of what could be, a dangerous blend of beauty, regret, and hope. That night at the gallery, the world around us faded into a blur of soft lights and whispered promises. The space was filled with art that seemed to speak of hidden emotions and long-forgotten memories. As the evening progressed, the atmosphere grew more charged. I remember the cool touch of Martin's hand as he reached out to guide me towards a particularly striking painting, a swirling mix of deep blues and fiery reds that mirrored the storm inside me. "Jessica, look at this piece," Martin said in a hushed tone, his eyes reflecting the light of the artwork. "It reminds me of how unpredictable love can be." His words sent a shiver down my spine. I replied quietly, "It feels like every brushstroke tells a story of passion and regret." Our voices merged with the ambient sounds of soft music and murmurs of other guests, creating a secret world of our own. We wandered from one exhibit to another, our conversation unfolding like a delicate dance. Between moments of shared laughter and intense, lingering glances, our past and present intertwined. At one point, standing before an abstract sculpture that twisted and turned in unexpected ways, Martin whispered, "Do you ever think about what might have been?" His question, simple yet profound, opened the floodgates of emotions I had kept buried for years. I admitted, every day I wonder if I made the right choices. The confession felt like a release, and in that moment, time slowed down. The art around us seemed to pulse with life, mirroring the racing beat of my heart. Our encounter was no accident. It was a collision of fate and desire, a moment where the boundaries of our former lives blurred. As the night deepened, we found ourselves lost in conversation, each word drawing us closer to a truth we could no longer ignore. As the first light of dawn threatened to break the night's spell, I realized our midnight encounter was more than a fleeting mistake. It was a reawakening of feelings I thought I had long buried. Over the next few days, Martin and I found ourselves slipping into familiar conversations that belied the intensity of our shared secret. Every whispered call and covert meeting pulled me deeper into a web of passion and regret. One rainy afternoon, while I sat in my favorite corner of a local cafe, Martin unexpectedly arrived. His presence was both comforting and unnerving. "Jessica, I can't seem to shake you from my mind," he confessed, his voice barely audible above the patter of rain. I looked into his eyes and saw a mirror of my own conflicted heart. "I feel it too," I admitted, my voice trembling. "But I am caught between what I once knew and what I never imagined I would do." Our dialogue was raw and honest, a mixture of longing and the fear of inevitable betrayal. The weight of my choices began to show as my husband, unaware of my internal battle, started asking questions. Friends from our shared art world whispered about Martin's past, a secret relationship that had ended in bitterness and rivalry, casting long shadows over his reputation. The revelation hit me hard. I was not only resurrecting a forbidden love, but also reopening old wounds and rivalries that had once torn lives apart. The unexpected twist came when a mutual acquaintance confronted Martin about unresolved issues from decades ago. The confrontation, full of harsh words and piercing accusations, shattered the delicate balance we had tried to maintain. In that heated moment, I realized that our reunion was a spark in a tinderbox of old flames, hurt feelings, and hidden resentments. Every word exchanged in that turbulent encounter deepened the betrayal I felt, not just towards my husband, but also towards the person I thought I had been. The lines between past and present blurred as I stood at the crossroads of loyalty and desire, with every revelation leaving scars that might never fully heal. The aftermath of that fateful night hit me like a tidal wave. In the days that followed, every moment was filled with guilt and an overwhelming sense of betrayal. My husband began to notice my distracted eyes and distant smiles. One evening, as we sat down for dinner at our familiar kitchen table, he softly asked, "Jessica, is everything all right? I feel like you're not really here with me anymore." His words pierced through me, and I realized that my secret was beginning to unravel. I spent restless nights haunted by memories of that midnight encounter with Martin, wondering if I had made an irreversible mistake. The gallery opening had awakened desires I thought were buried, but now the price was painfully clear. My heart was torn in two, one part yearning for the passionate connection I had rediscovered, and the other drowning in regret and sorrow for the trust one was breaking. Matters worsened when a close friend, who had always been a confidant, confronted me with evidence of my actions. "Jessica, I saw you with Martin," she whispered with a mix of concern and anger. "How could you do this to the man who loves you?" Her words echoed in my mind, intensifying the storm of emotions inside me. Meanwhile, Martin reached out, desperate to explain his own inner turmoil. "I never meant for this to hurt anyone," he pleaded during a hushed phone call. "I was lost, and seeing you again brought back feelings I can't ignore." Yet, even as I listened to his confession, the weight of the betrayal made it hard to find comfort in his words. The truth was out, and with it came shattered trust and broken promises. Every whispered conversation and every lingering look now served as a painful reminder of the deceit. I was caught in a web of my own making, where the allure of a past passion had led me to a present filled with heartache and remorse. In the quiet aftermath of the storm, I found myself standing at the crossroads of regret and a fragile hope for redemption. The weight of betrayal had altered every relationship in my life. My husband's trust was shattered, my friendship strained, and even my own self-image had been forever changed. I spent many nights wrestling with remorse, questioning the choices that led me into Martin's arms and the painful consequences that followed. One morning, while sitting alone in my sunlit living room, I received unexpected news that jolted me from my introspection. A secret I had never known was hidden deep within our shared past. A long-forgotten letter from Martin surfaced, confessing that he, too, had once been a victim of lost love and deep regrets. This revelation, combined with a surprising twist of fate, A secret pregnancy that neither of us had anticipated forced me to confront the tangled web of emotions and responsibilities that had defined our affair. Jessica, maybe this is our chance to find forgiveness, not only in each other but within ourselves, Martin whispered during one of our final, honest conversations. Determined to heal, I sought professional guidance and slowly began mending the broken pieces of my heart. The path to redemption was neither quick nor easy, but each day brought a lesson in resilience and self-compassion. In the end, the experience taught me that even the deepest scars can pave the way for growth and new beginnings. Thank you for following this journey with me. I invite you, dear viewers and listeners, to drop your comments about the story, and don't forget to like, share, and subscribe to the YouTube channel.